Hey y'all, what's up? It's Friday, so I'm gonna keep it black, but I'm gonna keep it brief. God don't like ugly. Siohvaughn Funches, Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, hurled allegations against the retired NBA player and his wife Gabrielle Union, if we being for real, claiming that they are exploiting and abusing Zaya Wade. Since Zaya Wade made her transition public, she has been blessed with a slew of lucrative modeling and beauty campaigns, slaying every photo shoot and red carpet appearance with the confidence, beauty, joy, and affirmation imbued only from having a supportive household. All while getting her ducats in the meantime, as she should. So in keeping with the standard of love, care, and acceptance her family has been bestowing upon her, her father is allowing Zaya to change her name and gender on legal documentation. I repeat, on paper. Meanwhile, Siohvaughn talking about they in it for the money, using loaded statements to imply to a court that they are trying to capitalize off this girl at her expense, forcing her to do projects against her while exposing her to cyberbullying and transphobia. Girl, your child is black, queer, and free. It was gonna be that irregardless. But according to Dwayne, Siohvaughn wouldn't know what her daughter's will was anyway, seeing as she spent more time seeing and talking to lawyers than she has been seeing and talking to the child in question. My chest. Dwayne went slam off. Said she ain't made no time or effort to be in her kids' lives for a decade. Said she made the choice to be an absentee mother, and he made the choice to be 10 toes down. Tell these folks stop playing with you, Dwayne. See, this isn't a conversation about whether you believe Dwayne should be taking the step to affirm his daughter's identity on paper, because that's none of your business. And a hell of a whole lot of y'all go out your way to be mean and hateful and misgender this baby, using he, him, and son, because how dare a black child be freer than free, minding their own kind of black ass business. Hello? Y'all be the first ones hip to the fact that blackness is not a monolith, that black experiences ain't the same, but be the first to invalidate the queer ones. Come on now, Pastor. Nor is this a conversation about the segment of Twitter that don't read and took this to mean he was putting his baby through gender affirming surgery, because one, he is not, and two, even if he was, that would still be none of your business. This conversation is about the shifting tides and the ways in which black fathers show up. We feed into the rhetoric that black fathers do not care because the fact of the matter is 89% of single black parents are female, whereas only 11% are male. And while those numbers do still favor a stronger presence of single motherhood, they are still skewed and inaccurate, as gender stereotypes tend to inform the determining factors in custody battles because mothers are assumed to be more adequate caregivers. But here we have an example of ineptitude on the mother's part. Did you know that in the state of Georgia, unmarried fathers have no legal rights over their child even if they sign the birth certificate? And yes, this is obviously because outside of wedlock, the parent the child came out of has first dibs. But I hate to say it and I hope I don't sound ridiculous. We're not about to sit here and act like unfit mothers don't exist. We as a community also default to this myth that black fathers are almost always at fault. Why? Well, we can trace it back to slavery. Family units during this era consisted primarily of extended family and fictive kinship dynamics. This is where play uncle, auntie, cousin them came into existence. Maternal figures were often tasked with nursing and rearing children that were not theirs, as families were split up, and enslaved people that were selected for breeding were displaced and forced to reproduce with multiple partners. And given the perceived dominance of a potential success of a group based on masculinity, black men became targets for emasculation and violence for the added purpose of disrupting Eurocentric styles of family groupings. Notice I am choosing my words carefully and not saying anything about emasculated black men or weakening black families, because that is a Eurocentric belief and we don't know nothing about that lifestyle. That's not us. Talk to these people today. I'm gonna need some drink in this cup. And black men remained a problem post the 13th Amendment and became targeted for imprisonment. And guess what? To this day, the highest rate of incarcerated men are black men between the ages of 20 and 34. Prime kid having ages at a rate of 1 in 9. So yes, black fatherhood has left quite a bit to be desired, and absentee fathers have wreaked a lot of havoc on their abandoned families. But fortunately, we can start giving them more credit, because as they are knowing better, they are doing better. According to the CDC, black fathers are more likely than their white and Hispanic counterparts to feed, eat with, bathe, diaper, dress, play with, and read to their children on a daily basis, and we love that for y'all. But don't get it twisted. That is the expectation. Fish don't get cookies for swimming. Hey! It is the last day for early voting, so please go do that.